Good Wednesday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for December 11th, 2013. And we have another winter storm that's going to be taking shape for us this weekend here. I know we just had one that moved in through yesterday and dumped some moderate snowfall across much of our area here, with the exception being northeastern PA, which really didn't get into too much of the action here. We're going to go to the simulated radar. This is a radar loop for the last 24 hours, and it's going to start from very early in the morning, and then you see the snow just moved across mostly central and southern portions of our coverage area, and then across New Jersey as well. But we were not expecting very high amounts, and we did not get very high amounts. The exception with that being, we were a little bit low here, right down by York and over to the Reading area here. They did get some amounts that are a little bit higher than we thought, but for everywhere else, we're pretty much dead on with the map here. But these areas down here got an inch or two more than we thought, and that's just we had some extra forcing aloft that was allowed to allow the precipitation amounts to increase a little bit. And no harm, no foul with that. Everybody was, for the most part that we saw, was pretty happy with those totals down there, because they were expecting, everybody hoped for more. The snow lovers anyway were at least happy with those amounts. Go back to the GFS now. This is going to be setting up a very cold couple of days for us here. Through the end of the week here. High pressure is down to the south here, and wind flow is out of the west or west-northwest here. So we're going to have some very, very cold temperatures. This entire area here will be struggling to get out of the 20s for the next couple of days here. You might get to 30 or above as we get into South Jersey here, but man, it's going to be really cold here, especially we're looking at Thursday and Friday with temperatures, many areas not getting out of the mid-20s or low 20s in some spots. So it's going to be very cold. And this is going to set the stage for this weekend. We're going to have another winter storm moving through here, and this is a pretty high chance that this is going to happen. It's going to be another overrunning type situation where you have low pressure moving in from the west here, and you can see that sitting down here. This system is actually going to try to cut up here into the Ohio Valley a little bit, but we think at some point it's going to transfer energy to another secondary low offshore, and there's different placement with this low pressure system. Some have it really close to the coast here. Obviously being too close to the coast and riding up like this over coastal New Jersey is going to have big impacts on what precipitation type falls here. And also at the point of the transfer, GFS actually has it a little bit further north. The European model has a little bit further south, so it takes a path more like this. And because it takes a path a little bit further east and it transfers earlier, it's allowed to strengthen a little bit more and give us a little bit more snow in the interior here. So a couple different solutions being shown here. But here's the GFS has snow moving in here already Saturday morning. And from this point, we get snow lingering into Saturday evening. But then here's that transfer here. The low goes up into right over just pretty much right over Pittsburgh here, transfers to another system offshore here. Here's that other low pressure sitting right here, but you see where it is. It's right over the mouth of the Chesapeake Bay, getting close to the Delmarva, and it's going to try to track right over northeast PA. Now the saving grace here, or at least not our saving grace, I should say. This is what's making it complicated. You have high pressure sitting up right up here, very strong high pressure. It's going to be funneling in cold air into the system here, and that is going to provide some big problems, we think, if it does take the GFS solution here for icing across Pennsylvania here. And a major ice storm is shown on the GFS. It's the latest run at 0Z, and showing a very major ice storm potential this weekend here. Here's the next frame as the system's pulling away and getting wrapped up here. Still major ice from east central PA, northeastern PA, and northern New Jersey here, and then snow on the back end here. But wow, this if this verifies, we could be in some serious trouble with some icing on top of the snow. But I do think we're going to get a burst of front end snow, and since we have very high ratios, you could actually get some very get a pretty good thump on the front end, several inches of snow before you get any kind of changeover. Now the European model has a little bit different of a solution. Like I said, it has the transfer. Main system's going to go. System sitting down here. Main low is going to go up here like this and weaken out. Transfer to a point a little bit further south. So it's going to set it right about here instead of up here like the GFS had, and that allows us to take a path out like this. And since it transfers further south, the storm gets wrapped up quicker, and by wrapping up quicker, it pulls cold air in from the north, and then this whole area here, instead of being ice, is now heavy snow. Big difference. So I don't think we're dealing with a situation where we're going to rain for most areas, maybe in southern areas, but really no solution is showing rain enveloping our entire area. I think the northern areas, at least the northern half of our coverage area, has to be worried about just a mostly winter precipitation event, and we're going to have to narrow down as we get a little bit closer to what we're dealing with here. Here's the GFS, or excuse me, the European model, though, after this point here, the light snow moving in on Saturday, just like the GFS has. But again, it transfers further south down here. And because that transfers further south, you see low pressure is now sitting offshore right about here, but you got some heavy snow that's now falling over this area. Big difference in between the two solutions here. So we're going to have to narrow that down over the next couple of days and have a lot of work ahead of us once again. It doesn't seem like we're getting a break. We're getting storm after storm after storm after storm. This is the fourth now within about a week or 8 days or so that we had to deal with now, but here we go again. Get ready. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for December 11th, 2013. Have a great Wednesday.